Hi, welcome to a new YouTube channel called The Recovery Chronicles. My name is Ted. This is my wife and my dog. I don't have any kids yet. And I'm also, I am an alcoholic. I guess you could call this a first-time caller, long-time listener situation. I've been a fan of YouTube videos forever, probably about 10 to 12 years, but in the last 6 months, I've been watching a ton of them. I used to have a background in video editing. I wasn't ever that good at it, but I wanted to try to create my own channel. I just didn't know what to create it on. I've been struggling with drinking for the better part of 22 to 24 years, depending on how you count. Mostly I'm a writer in the sense that I get paid by people to do that. So I have written about drinking and addiction for a long time. But it was 2023, which admittedly was about 10 years too late, if not more than that, when I finally decided to get my drinking together. My 2023 sobriety journey has been mostly successful. I think I've had 1 or 2 days where I've slipped up. But as I navigate the journey, I wanted to create a channel about addiction, recovery, and the process of going through all of it. I don't want this to simply be my journey because I think that ultimately is going to get pretty boring. I want to talk about broader issues around addiction, connection, how we deal with these topics from a policy perspective, relapse, the development of new and more productive habits, and more. I want this to be a place where you can go for both the personal and the somewhat academic or research-driven videos. I also promise that I will minimize the generic B-roll that you may be seeing here. This is actually the back house to my main house. I'll film some stuff in here and other places. I'm largely self-conscious, so I don't think I'm going to go on camera a ton. And if my voice gets too grating, I might use like an AI voice thing or something. There will definitely be a lot of evolution on this channel. I have 22 to 23 topics that I've listed out so far, and I plan to go through them once a week, with maybe the chance to splice in some interviews with people as well. Obviously, addiction is a huge topic, and while maybe there's a bit of moral panic associated with it, I think we can try to be nuanced here through the lens of someone who's experiencing it in real time. Here's a funny or not so funny story about this back house, actually. My wife and I spent about $7,000 fixing it up maybe a year and a half ago. It was this guy named Juan and his 4 buddies that were doing it. And he'd be back out here tossing garbage and fixing all these walls or whatever it does. I'm not a construction person. I'm not good at any of that stuff. Every single day of that process, I'd do some work and then I'd drive to a bar and get hammered and come back home. He'd usually have some questions for me about next steps in the process or what to do. And I typically would not be able to answer them or answer them in an incoherent fashion. So like most things in my life, even this back house represents a lot of ties to drinking. So let's go. Let's try to embark on a journey to better understand addiction, recovery, connection, people, and everything that goes with it. If you're interested so far, like and subscribe. I'll see you in about a week.